So, what's up? What's up? Kayla Nicole, what's really going on with you? Well, we may never know. But because you took it upon yourself, you were the common denominator along with Travis Kelce deciding to be in a relationship at that time. And because things didn't work out, you want to come with this Dear Black Girl letter.
It's always been really important for me to use my platform not to create division, but to elevate and unite women, Black women specifically. So I prepared a letter and would like to share it with you today. Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love.
I don't know what gave you the idea. I don't know if it was some truth that needed to be said, but in my humble opinion, just my opinion, all things alleged, it seemed like it was an underlining factors of things going on with that letter of sorts. Because I just didn't feel it was meant for me. Now, maybe some of the ladies, maybe y'all felt it was for you. But it was like, maybe you needed some uplifting. Like, it was a personal letter that maybe you should have kept to yourself. They may call you a traitor. Well, they just might. But that's a decision that you decided to get into. You look, girl. Okay, girl Kayla. Didn't you know who you already was before you got into that relationship, and with the possibility of like I ain't saying that anybody like you deserve. No, you didn't deserve any of that. But if you choose to be in a form of relationship, if people choose, things sometimes do come with it. But it was almost like you was trying to give a blueprint to let people know these things may go on, but you need uplifting. Now, that was personal, dear. That was personal for your own come up. And then too, for all I know, while you was busy, flying high and, doing your thing with Travis Kelce at the time, was you on a mission then to say anything to the sisters? Was you on any mission then to do anything that was uplifting, or to share any insider tips on any how-tos along with that? Anything about business of sorts of what you're into? Was there any type of day in a life and how to go? No, it wasn't that. But see, now that you have been hurt, you've been in a place of sorrow. Now you want to feed off of that. Now you want some attention from who? From what community again is this? What culture is this that we talking about? But see, here's the thing. When you go to your profile and the types of things that you said to describe, I'm going to say, look, yourself in that dear letter there, it just seemed like it was some personal things that you need to work on, as far as, now you don't want putting yourself out there half dressed, offering, so to speak, what you have to offer from a physical standpoint. I mean, you the one with these poses. You the one giving this image of who you are. What I have taken from this, because now this man, Travis Kelce, is with Taylor Swift. Once again, and I think we ought to get it by now. It's not about the outside. It's not about the outward man. There comes a time when men are truly seeking what is on the inside. What type of character? What are you really made of, as far as what can you contribute besides, gosh. Then you got Travis Kelce talking about she got her own bag.
Girlfriend for a while, very public. The story that you were too damn cheap.
Man,
That story was crazy, man. I needed out the horse's mouth.
how crazy
That
is
man
that?
told you he blew through money the first few years.
so
Trying
now
to be frugal. I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm like, he trying to change his life.
Don't buy into that shit. Don't buy into that shit. I'm not saying I would never say that I was supporting her. She had a very financially stable life and what she was doing in her career. But you got to be crazy if you think I'd never helped or gave her a couple of dollars to grab some food, or she gave me some money to go get some food. You know what I mean? We were in a relationship for 5 years.
Yeah.
$100 here and $100 there wasn't even thought about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. The City Boys thought we had us one, didn't we?
I believe if she would have looked a little bit deeper and not been caught up, but maybe it's easy to for some people, in the limelight of who she was dating at that moment, maybe she could have possibly seen maybe this wasn't a relationship for her, or this was just a fun type relationship, because the way he talked about, those alleged rumors of not looking out like to buy food, giving a couple dollars here and there, $100, like the whole vibe of what he gave off. But nobody's obligated to pay nobody's way nowadays. Yes, it absolutely is important to have your own, but it's also important not to be a stingy. Have your own. Now, there are flags depending on what type of man, woman that you want going into a relationship, because not everybody does have a caring heart. If they do see a need of some sort, some people will just sit up there and let you struggle and not think twice about it, and some will laugh it off just to get out of it. Out of what? Having a helping hand. But then you have some men who think, they think they done hit a lick. They think that I'm the money bag. They think I'm going to be the one to be the provider while we're in this relationship because they make more. Now, this man, possibly, this football player, possibly his salary is about $20 million. But then you have some women who go into situations bragging about having their own bag and what they can bring to the table, but it's so caught up on the financial aspect and the look at me aspect of prancing around for the camera. But if that is a person's brand and they are a social media influencer, by what they do promote, but that man already knows that you're making money. Sometimes a man will sit up there and lay back and let you go ahead and provide, because you got sometimes too much mouth, sometimes too much action, sometimes too much pizzazz, sometimes too many comebacks. Sometimes you talk too much. Sometimes you tell too much to the point where it's like, if it's like, I'm not saying that it went like that. But sometimes you even have to read a person who doesn't have much to say. Sometimes you have to observe a person, but because somebody busy talking too much, or trying to make it all about them, or trying to mention the fact that they've already been there, done that in a jersey before, it was cute to have that person's name on the back of it. Because, again, now in my opinion, that was shots fired. That was directed straight to Taylor Swift, who now has the jersey on, who's now the one smiling. We know Taylor Swift is in a whole nother and then some tax bracket. We know this. Like, it's not even, worth even mentioning. But sometimes people do connect because money does connect with money. Money marries money. And it wasn't about, because you don't see Taylor out there gyrating, but that's not her brand. Taylor comes off as the girl next door, as this wholesome image. Well, why would he be attracted to that? why wouldn't he be attracted to it? Just because of what may be projected in one woman's mind to think, oh, this is what he wants. That's not always the case. Because again, the mind is supposed to grow. So maybe he's in another lifespan, so to speak, when it comes to women. Kayla, she talking about she already been there, done that, so to speak, with athletes. Maybe she'll get a record executive or a movie executive. Sounding nonsensical. See, there again, you sitting up there trying to write this dear black girl letter. Once again, girl, help yourself. Write that letter to yourself. Do some self-discovery when it comes to self. And again, who is managing look, maybe it's these people's own ideas to come out and have they say with these letters, or have they say with making these statements, or shooting a shot to another athlete, but yet you ain't checking for another. You know what? Now somebody gonna talk to her eventually if they're not already, and it possibly could already be an athlete. These people will say one thing and keep doing the same thing they've been doing. Somebody gonna be talking to somebody. But at the same time, they already have an idea too what they're already getting. Because some people just can't be quiet and be almost like a discovery phase to get to know somebody. A discovery phase to know if this is the right person. But people will move in a fashion to already say, this is the one. This is the one. Won't take their time for nothing.